was discontinued, a CDB project that was discontinued. Now, the sum that was left for logistics was a very marginal amount. And this year, we want to be able to continue that program. So you will see this money allotted being used for that.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you very much, Comrade Speaker. I'm happy to hear that we will see a local government sector strategy and the other indicators in volume 2 of the estimates. So may I turn your attention to line item 6116, contracted employees. Sir, I recognize that there's an increase from 26 to 27. May I ask the Honorable Minister, what is the position for this one that we're catering?
Honorable Member, as you would know, and Mr. Speaker, just permit me to stand. There was an appointment of a legal assistant as of May 2023. And you would also appreciate that the line item would have increased because of the 6.5 salary increase.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you very much, Comrade Speaker. Sir, I did take into consideration the 6.5% increase to the $93,777,000. And when I subtract that figure from the 109.261 that is there now, the $109,261,000, so we get a revised figure of $9.384 million that will cater for the 12 months period. Can the Honorable Minister say if this is the figure that is going to be associated as salary and benefits to this legal assistant?
Honorable Minister.
Well, Honorable Member, now you started off by saying, and Mr. Speaker through you, started off by saying you did your own maths and so on. I mean, that's concerning to me even. But just to say that this does not include only the legal assistant. The figure does not include only the legal assistant.
Thank you very much, Minister. Honorable Member.
Sir, let me see if I can break it down simpler for the Honorable Minister to understand and comprehend. Sir, the $93.777 million catered for 26 employees. When you add the 6.5% to that, and you minus it from the 109,261,000, which caters for the 27 employees, the difference that you will get is a total of $9,384,000, which is the annual sum in terms of difference. Is that the salary for the legal assistants? Or simpler, sir, what is the monthly salary and benefits for the legal assistant?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Member, just so I can break it down and make it simpler for you, when you did all your mathematics there just now, and you took that out, we have the salary for the legal assistant as well as the allowance and benefits. I beg your pardon? Well, you know, Honorable Member, you're so good at doing math, I'm pretty sure you can dissect it.
Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, perhaps the Honorable Minister did not hear the latter part of the question. Can she provide the monthly salary and benefits of the legal assistant?
Honorable Minister.
The salary is $319,500.
Thank you very much, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal, just my observation that you ask your question, and this has happened consistently. And as the person responds, you also do your own little off-the-record heckle, and that interrupts the person and interrupts me also. So if you ask a question, give them a chance. I don't mind you, responding in your mind, but don't let your mind come out too loudly through your mouth.
Thank you, sir. Always respect your guidance. Comrade Speaker, can we turn our attention to line item 6284, where we see an increase from $9,010,000 to $16,826,000. Could the Honorable Minister please say what this increase would cater for?
Honorable Minister.
So for other, we have an increase of 6.8 million over 2023 appropriation. This provision caters to the public notices, advertisements, procurement of software and other software, domain renewal identification cards, etc.
Thank you, Minister. Minister, you can sit and respond. Just pull the mic. That will help you with the volume. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for Program 131, Policy Development and Administration, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Please join me as I turn to page 114 and 115. And I propose a question that the sum stated for Program 133, Regional Development, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I turn your attention to line item 6116. An additional staff is added to this line from 1 to 2. Can the Honorable Minister say what is the position and the salaries and benefits of that position?
Honorable Minister.
Well, honorable members, you know, we're always committed to ensuring that the ministry is staffed in a way that it can function well. And so there was the appointment of an engineer as of April 2023.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, may I remind the Honorable Minister that I also asked for the salary and benefits?
Honorable Minister.
The salary is that of an engineer, which is like those at Public Works, etc.
Honorable Minister.
Chairman, I don't know what is the salary of.
Go ahead.
I don't know what is the salary of the engineers at Public Service or Public Works. Would the Honorable Minister be kind enough to provide the figure?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I find that very difficult as the honorable member seems to know a lot about everything else. But the engineer's salary is 276,881.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, I turn your attention to line item 6281, Security Services. Sir, there is a heavy increase here from $8,733,000 to $28,536,000. And the Honorable Minister say what has caused this massive increase?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I don't believe an increase, whether massive or minor, is very uncommon, given that in 2015 to 2019, we also had massive increases, especially in the years from 2017 to 2018. However, it is due to rates and locations.
Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, the Honorable Minister was kind enough to say that it caters for rate and location. Is there or are there other locations that is considered here that was not considered in 2023?
Honorable Minister.
So in this particular one, it was the rates and the increase of personnel for the security service.
Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, if we're increasing the personnel, and we know that last year we approved for a 24-hour basis for every location to have a security officer, are we adding to the already filled already filled locations? And if not, could she provide if there are additional locations?
Honorable Minister.
So, Honorable Member, you would appreciate that I also just said through the Mr. Speaker that I already just said that this one deals with the rates as well as increase in personnel. Now, what we have had before was baton security. Now we have armed security for 24 hours in addition to. But again, this is not something that is uncommon to have this kind of increase.
Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, sir. Sir, may I ask the Honorable Minister to provide us with the new rate, and if she can kindly tell us what was the old rate, and also if we can know the security form, the name of the security form.
Honorable Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, if I could go back to 2017, we had a jump in security service from something like 403 million to 2019, which we had 530 million, more than 100 million increase in the 2 years. So again, this is not uncommon, but in this particular period, we have the rate at 850 per hour. For armed, 1,000 an hour, baton 600 an hour to 850.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for Program 133, Regional Development, current expenditures stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, turn to pages 116 and 117. And I propose the question that the sum stated for Program 134, Local Government Development, current expenditure stands part of the estimates. The Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. Comrade Chairman, line item 6211 from $226,827,000 to $245,799 million. Can the Honorable Minister tell this House if they are catering for increases in the salaries of the chairs, vice chairs, REOs, and the other staff members that fall under this program? I know it considers sort of 6.5, but is there additional sums that will be going to them?
Honorable Minister.
The government has already increased by 6.5, sir. So that their increase is included in this amount that is here.
Honorable Member.
Sir, I turn your attention to 6294 from $878,617,000 to $1,342,962,000. May I ask the Honorable Minister how much from this sum is allocated to the recurrent expenditure for the Hague-Borge landfill site?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, just a few seconds. Mr. Speaker, we are committed, of course, as a government to ensuring that we continue to develop our landfill sites as well as those sites that we can ensure garbage collection and removal of garbage. And we have committed 400 million thereabouts for the Hague-Borge.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. I'm happy to hear about this increase to 400 million from last year's figure, which was 300 million. Sir, may I ask the Honorable Minister, if in this 400 million, there are measures that are expected to be taken to stop that high stench, which is sadly being inhaled by residents as far as farm on the East Bank, and all commuters who would normally use the Heroes Highway. It really has a high stench, and what measures will be taken to ensure that that is removed?
The honorable
Honourable
member
Minister.
would be happy to know that we, as a government, is taking care of all Guyanese, including my honorable colleague, the Honorable Mahi Paul, who is living at farm and is taking in this stench. We are building more cells at the Hogsbodge as well as operational system.
Thank you, Minister. Honourable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, outside of the Hogsbodge landfill site, can the Honorable Minister say how many other sites are catered for here in terms of a total number?
Honourable Minister.
Honorable member, you would be happy to know that we are not lazy, that we, from day one, in 2020, we have worked very hard and we are committed again to ensuring that we have waste removal, and so 14 more are on board.
Thank you very much, Minister. Honourable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, I'm happy to hear the Honorable Minister is not lazy. I know she worked very hard for her promotion, and I wish her well in her endeavor as we will meet again next year to know and to judge that performance. But sir, notwithstanding that, the Honorable Minister indicated 14 additional sites.
Honourable Minister.
The question,
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, sir. Sir, last year we were told that there were 13. And this year, and we were also told last year, sir, that the monies we allocated there, which was 878,613,000, catered for 6 additional sites. But from her answer just now, there's a clear indication that only 1 additional site was there. May I ask the Honorable Minister to explain perhaps what has caused us to not have the full complement of 6 as was stated last year, and which is the additional one that was added?
Right, so honorable member, what we did was to do an assessment and again, ensure that we are in places and locations that are suitable. And so several of the locations were closed, the sites were closed for 4 sites, 4 locations. So that's the answer.
Thank you, Minister. Honourable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Okay, so sir, am I hearing that we did open 6 new landfill sites, and from the 13 that we had, we closed from there, and that is why we're at 14?
Honourable Minister.
So honorable member, through Mr. Speaker, again, we have delivered 100% on our manifesto, and so this is another delivery. So, last year we stated 6, and you were correct in what you heard, and so 6 were open, 6 new ones were open.
Honourable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, I turn to 6321. And my interest here, sir, is to know the salary and benefits of the chairman of the local government commission.
So honorable member, Mr. Mahipal, through Mr. Speaker, of course, earlier in the week, you said that you would be coming to take the position of local government minister, but I think that you are not aware of some of the information. The local government, chair of the local government commission is not paid through the local government ministry, so we don't have that information available.
Honourable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, sir. Sir, so the subsidies, the money that goes to the local government commission is 188,897,000. It caters for every expense of the local government commission except wages and salaries of the personnel that work there in terms of the benefits to the commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Mahipal. Honourable Minister.
I'm advised that the ministry, may the honorable member just repeat his question?
Honourable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, I'm asking, the Honorable Minister indicated that the salary of the local government commission chairman is not paid from this line. And I'm seeing a sum of 188,897,000 as the subsidies and contribution to the local government commission. Is the minister saying that all other expenses for this local government commission is catered for here outside of the salaries and benefits of the commissioners at the local government commission?
Mr. Speaker, just to correct, I don't think the honorable member heard me clearly. I said we do not retain the salary of the figure, the sum. Let me break it and put it in another way, or use another word. We don't retain the sum of money for the chairman of the local government commission.
Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Good day.
Honorable Member, Mr. Minister Hamilton. You have to be careful with the shouting. If you need to make a contribution, come to the seat and I will give you the floor.
6281, security services.
Go ahead, Honorable Member.
I noticed there's almost from 39 to 96. That's about $40 million increase. Could the Honorable Minister, Mr. Chairman, just explain why that increase?
Honorable Minister.
Again, Mr. Speaker, in relation to the security services, it's the increase of rates. Just as, and this is for the benefit of the honorable member, I don't know if he would, and I'm sure the honorable member would have probably had this information or probably not paid attention to the information. But if you look from 2015 to 2019, you would have had an increase, but then there was a drastic increase from about 2017 to 2018 because of rates. And so pretty much it's the same thing. I keep saying this is not an uncommon situation.
Honorable Minister, thank you.
Increases.
Honorable Member, Mr. Ramjitan.
The increases happened from 23, basically, to 24. 22 remains roughly the same. In any event, what's the name of the company that provides the service?
Honorable Minister.
The name of the company is Elite Security.
Thank you, Minister.
And there are increased personnel at different locations.
Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, one other question. Sir, the local government commission is, by virtue of our constitution, supposed to be a constitutional agency, but it is treated here as a subvention agency, receiving a subvention from the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. May I ask the Honorable Minister if there is an intention of the government to make this agency a constitutional agency as prescribed for in the Constitution?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable member would appreciate that this is a policy question indeed, and it is something that my friend is now raising in an estimates. We haven't been dealing with this. We have not looked at this.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member. Honorable Members, I now put a question that a sum stated for Program 134, Local Government Development Current Expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Please turn to page 496, Honorable Members. And I propose a question that the sum stated for Program 131, Policy Development and Administration, Capital Expenditure, stands part of the estimates. The Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. Comrade Chairman, Project Code 3500-100, furniture and equipment. Sir, from October of 2020 to December 2023, this ministry spent $31 million for furniture and equipment. In 2024, I see a proposal for $10 million. Sir, with a decrease in staff complement from 101 in 2021 to 72 in 2024, can the Honorable Minister explain why we continue to see increase in the purchasing of furniture with a steady decrease in staff?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable member would appreciate that when you are in an agency, especially in an institution where and this government has been very robust in ensuring that we hold meetings, that we carry out the mandate of the ministry to deliver 100%. And so in doing that, you have to have the necessary refurbishing and rebooting of the ministry.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Maipol.
Sir, would the Honorable Minister tell us what are the furniture and equipment that will be purchased?
Honorable Minister.
I'm very happy to assist the honorable member with this information. We have 2 desktop printers. We have 1 heavy-duty all-purpose printer, a floor printer, the 7 executive chairs, 10 guest chairs, because we do engage with the public a lot, Mr. Speaker. Security cameras, 2 office fridge, 3 laptops, 5 desktop computers, 5 UPS backup batteries, Pro 1500 VA, 1 electronic binding machine, 1 heavy-duty shredder, 1 small kitchen cupboard, 1 radio, 1 voice recorder, 1 microwave, 6 filing cabinets, 1 guillotine, 3 wall paintings, 1 sofa, 3 air conditioning units, 1200 BTU, 1 portable scanner, 1 digital camera, fiberglass ladder 6 inches, 1 small desk, 1 mechanic tool set, 8 to 5 pieces, 2 conference tables with 8 chairs, 4 office desks.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Maipol.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Comrade Speaker, I just got a notification that our Honorable Gail Teixeira is hospitalized. So on behalf of our side, we would like to wish her a speedy recovery, for we need her in this honorable house.
Honorable members, she texted me this morning, said she had little issues with oxygen level last evening, and precaution, she had to get some oxygen, and doctor said she should stay overnight. I think she's okay because she's been up very early this morning.
Happy to hear that.
Thank you for your concern. Go ahead, Honorable Member. Honorable members, I now put the question that the sum stated for Program 131, Policy Development and Administration, Capital Expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it, sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, I now propose the question that the sum stated for Program 133, Regional Development, Capital Expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Honorable Member, Mr. Maipol.
Thank you, sir. Project Code 1302200. Sir, my first question here is it caters for community enhancement workers and the national pathway workers. For the benefit of all, the national pathway workers are the 40,000 10-day workers, and we have the community enhancement workers, 2 separate categories. The community enhancement workers, sir, are also paid $40,000, but they work for 16 days. and the national pathway workers are paid for 10 days, $40,000. And I'm very thankful and grateful for these community enhancement workers. They have been doing a fantastic job across the country in cleaning up and so on. Can the Honorable Minister explain why is there a difference in the amount of days that these two categories of workers work, even though they fall under the same project code and is paid the same sum of money for their respective services?
Honorable Minister.
Honorables, Mr. Speaker, honorable member, I think you are in the wrong program, under the wrong program head. Here we are at program 3 that deals with
Oh, sorry,
133, yeah.
this program should go, sir. Sir, this could go, regional development.
Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 133 Regional Development Capital Expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, we turn to program 134, and I propose a question that the sum stated for local government development capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honorable member, Mr. Maipol.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the same project code 1302200 and the same question. I don't know if the honorable member wishes for me to repeat the question or she can provide the answer.
Honorable Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the honorable member just lay out on us 2 full paragraphs of a question, so I think he can go again.
Honorable member,
Thank you,
Minister is
Covered
kindly
Chairman.
inviting you to repeat the 2 full paragraphs.
Thank you, Covered Chairman. Covered Chairman, this line item caters for community enhancement workers and national pathway workers. The pathway workers are those 10 days workers that are receiving $40,000 a month. And the community enhancement workers are the ones that are directly attached to the NDCs that are doing a fantastic job at cleaning up the country in terms of their 16 days of work. So, but they are paid $40,000 for their work, 16 days, and the national pathway workers are paid the same $40,000 for 10 days of work. And they're both from the same category, the same line item, doing basically the same type of work, assisting in ensuring that the services that are delivered to the population is done properly and bring some degree of relief to the nation. Can the Honorable Minister explain why is it that the community enhancement workers, which is a program that has been long in existence, working for 16 days, receiving $40,000, and the national pathway workers work for 10 days and also receive $40,000?
Honorable Minister.
Well, first of all, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to thank the honorable member for recognizing the visionary leadership that we have in this government to ensure that the enhancement workers continue to do their job and do it at their best. Now, there is also a fundamental difference between the pathway workers and the enhancement workers. You don't know, honorable member, but I will fully explain so that you will not leave here without the comprehension of that difference. And the pathway workers, we do require a minimum amount of qualifications from them, which is different from what we require from the enhancement workers. So we are also upskilling these persons further to be able to enter the workforce. And I don't believe that you understand that, so I'm giving you the benefit of an explanation. Thank you very much.
Sir,
Honorable
thank you
member.
very much. Can the Honorable Minister tell this House what is the minimal qualification that differentiates the national pathway worker from the community enhancement worker? Minimum.
Honorable Minister.
So with the community enhancement workers, you have those persons who possibly would have left school, did not continue secondary school, did not have the benefit possibly of writing CXC, and so they don't have any of those qualifications. The pathway workers, they were persons who were finished with secondary school and would have attained at least 3 CXC subjects. So we do, and we are going to upscale them. And they're placed in positions such as at the health centers, the schools, and it is for the benefit of the development of the communities within which we all live. So we are looking at two different things. But we are also looking, and if you want to go back to that, the enhancement workers have been there. But they did not receive $40,000 several years ago. They are receiving that now.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr.
Sir,
Saipol.
thank you. I think I ought to remind my honorable friend Sonia Parag, who is doing a fantastic job in comparison to what we had before, sir. But the Community Enhancement Worker is a program that was started by the PNC government. We had that during the leadership of President Bornum and President Hoyt. I know of that from my history, sir. And when we left office in 2015, the coalition government, $35,000 was the amount of money they were receiving, which we moved in 2012, which was at that time $20,000. And now I'm happy to know it's at $40,000. Sir, the community enhancement workers are not just, and I can tell you this from my experience in Region 3, having worked extensively in the local government sector, that they are persons who will like to contribute in terms of weeding and cleaning and so on, and there's no qualification whether you left school or didn't leave school. The National Pathway Workers, sir, I am aware of people who are on that program also that are not persons who have the 3 subject and more or less or whatever, or could matriculate to that extent. So would the Honorable Minister please provide better clarity if she can? I know she is new to the ministry and may need to get some more time to do that at another time, but can she provide some better clarity so that the people of this assembly and the nation can understand why is there a difference in the amount of days the service is offered as the community enhancement worker and national pathway worker, sir?
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Just want to bring to your awareness, when you said you're aware of people, and somebody might challenge you to produce the list so we could verify. Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the simple answer to that, it is 2 different programs.
Honorable members, Honorable Member Mr. Maipol, Honorable Member Mr. Ramchatandi.
How many? Could you indicate, Madam Minister, how many workers are beneficiaries of National Pathway and how many are within the community categories?
Minister?
Yes.
So again, Mr. Speaker and Honorable Member, Mr. Ramchatan, through the visionary leadership of His Excellency, as well as the fact that we wanted to be able to create not only a pathway to upskilling young Guyanese and Guyanese, but also afford them the opportunity to earn an income, and this is an additional income in their household. We were able to have 15,890 persons benefit from this program.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member Mr. Mahipol.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. Comrade Chairman, may I ask the Honorable Minister, what is the mechanism in place to upscale the National Pathway workers?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, did the Honorable Member say upskill or upscale?
Upscale? Scale.
The question is why we want to be able to upscale? We are, of course, going to be able to provide training in different areas for these persons and allow them, like anything in the public sector and the private sector. To give them, and there's a reason why there's this word pathway. It wasn't just plucked out of the air and placed there. It is a pathway for upskilling a young Guyanese person or a Guyanese person to be able to have them reach a level where not only will they be able to earn a higher income, but also be able to develop themselves.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipol.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. Sir, this same line item has in it this year for consideration for the development and enhancement of our markets across the country. And this year we see Charity, Sodi, Leonora, Hydroni, Monrepo, and Kumaka being budgeted for. Would the Honorable Minister be kind enough to provide us with a disaggregation as to the sum that is allocated to each one of these markets?
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Member, through Mr. Speaker, one of the ministry's functions is to ensure that we do have functioning and well-established markets. And it is a feature that is so not only common, but beneficial to the communities, especially like we live in Guyana, that we will work towards rehabilitating. And so, yes, we have placed sums in here for the rehabilitation of the markets. For example, rehabilitation of stalls at Kumaka Market, Maburumo, we have placed a sum of $50 million.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipol.
Sir, I don't know if my friend has to focus more on what I'm saying, but I'm asking for the disaggregation for the Charity, Sodi, Leonora, Hydroni, Monrepo, and the Kumaka Market. I hear 50 million for Kumaka, but what's wrong with the others?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there is nothing wrong with the others. As a matter of fact, we're trying to make everything right with the others. And so we are, again, that is why we have invested. The Honorable Minister of Finance has been very generous with us to be able to accomplish the establishment of those hospitals in those communities and to benefit the residents fully from those markets. Sorry.
Sir, I will make one more try with your blessing, sir. What is the figure that is associated with the renovation and development of Charity Market, Sodi Market, Leonora Market, Hydroni Market, and Monrepo Market? We already have from her 50 million for Kumaka. Just tell us the figure for the other markets.
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Member is emphasizing the word figure as if we are doing a bit of figure skating in here. But you know, we have aggregated a sufficient sum for each market to be able to again have those markets properly established and in good condition for the resident.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipol.
Sir, guided by you, I will only say beep and move on. Sir, in 2021, Parika Market was there. In 2022, Parika Market was there again. In 2023, Parika Market was there again. This morning, before I came to this honorable house, I took a long drive to the Parika Market. And all that I see there, sir, is the frame with a height that is not to the top. For the walls or the side, inside is basically naked. And clearly the work is not completed at the Parika market. But we don't see Parika market reoccurring in the volume 3 of the estimates. Is there any consideration to complete Parika market in this year's subvention, sir?
Honorable Minister.
Honorable member, I'm very happy that you went to the Parika market this morning. It's very sad that you didn't actually get us anything from the Parika market and share with us here in the Honorable House. Indeed, the Parika market has a very good form and structure that is up right now. My colleague and friend, the Honorable Minister Indar, has been visiting that market very regularly, think more regularly than you, sir. And he has also been engaging with the vendors, and we are more than happy to let the vendors know that we will continue that market.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I must say I put up to Honorable Indar a number of times at the Hydroni market, which is next door, not Parika market. But not nonetheless, sir, since we had it mentioning in 2021, 2022, and 2023, and the minister was kind enough to say that they will have some degree of completion here in 2024. Can the Honorable Minister tell this Honorable House how much money has been spent on the Parika market thus far?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the government has expended monies on the Parika market. That is so. But you know, again, Mr. Speaker, and I want the honorable member to understand very much, because I don't think, I think he isolates issues and, you know, speak from that angle. And I want to say that from 2015 to 2020, there were 0 markets being rehabilitated or done by the previous administration. And this government is continuing to invest. Not only will we invest in the Parika market, but the Hydroni, the Sodi, the Charity, the Leonora, markets where you have large population that will benefit heavily from these markets.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, from 2015 to 2020, we did not have $1 trillion budget. And with $1 trillion budget now, we're happy that we are making so much investment. What we want is accountability and transparency in the spending and the answering of the questions so that we will know how much money we're spending on these respective projects. I will try one more time with a different market, sir, not the Parika market, because clearly I can say beep again. But let me move to Monrepo market. Sir, Monrepo market has been mentioned in 2021, 2022, 2023, and here in 2024, again, we have Monrepo market. So we did not get a figure that we're spending for the upgrading and rehabilitation and construction to make more comfortable for our vendors. The sum we're spending at Charity as yet, Sodi, Leonora, Hydroni, as yet. We didn't get those figures. Can I ask for the figure that we have spent on Monrepo so far?
Honorable Member, Monrepo market.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable member would also appreciate that when you're constructing or if you're rehabilitating, it depends on the extent of the rehabilitation that will tell you how much the sum that you have to spend. So again, yes, not all markets will come from an equal sum because the rehabilitation will be determined by how much work has to be done. But we are catering from the Monrepo market. And as a matter of fact, I have visited the Monrepo market on 2 occasions. I have not seen the honorable member, Mr. Mahipal, at that market, but I was there engaging with the vendors, and I am very sure that we will continue. And I will commit this to the honorable member, when that market is fully done and in a beautiful condition, I will take that picture and send it to him.
Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Chair, I buy all my oranges and fruits and so from Monrepo market, and the vendors are very nice people, courteous, and they sometimes give me good discount too. Perhaps the honorable minister and I should go a day and see if she will get the same discount as I do. But
You have another market to ask the cost of?
sir, I go to a lot of markets. I love
No.
shopping.
I'm here at this market.
I won't disagree.
I was asking if you have another question
Yes,
with
sir.
respect to another market
Yes,
that you want
sir.
the cost for.
Yes, I'm coming to another market, sir. Sir, we see, and I must say this in response to as a question formulating in response to the honorable member. Sir, what we're doing is building markets. If you go to Parika, you will see that there's a structure that is going up that was not there. So you're building with frames, you're building with steels and putting over sheds, and you're constructing. The same happened at Monrepo. They're building there's a capital project, a new thing going down. Before you do that, sir, you must have had a design. You must have had an engineering estimate. I'm assuming that this went to through the procurement process in terms of advertising and people bidding, contractors bidding, and they were allocated the work at a sum of money. So I'm going to attempt one more time, Comrade Speaker, with your gracious permission. What is the contracted sum that was allocated to these very markets that I mentioned in 2021, Parika, Charity, and Monrepo? And then we see Parika and Monrepo coming back in 2022, which means the same contractor that got it in 2021 is a rollover project to 2022. 2023, we see Monrepo and Parika back again, rollover again, but a new market added, Lenora. So there's a new contractor there for Lenora and a contracted sum that was awarded, sir. And this year, we see the addition of Hydroni and Kumaka and Sodi. We got the sum for Kumaka, $50 million. Fantastic, excellent. What is the contracted sum for the other markets that I have mentioned here?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the honorable members, again, recognition of the government's visionary leadership in building these markets and ensuring that our communities benefit and our farmers benefit fully from these markets. And, you know, I did give the Kumaka and I will give the construction of the charity market. It's 191,240,000. So.
Thank you very much, Minister.
I feel we made tremendous progress there because we did get Kumaka at 50 million. And after continuously asking, I did get Charity to the extent of 191,204,000. So may I make one more attempt, expecting to get the figure for Sodi, Leonora, and Hydroni market, and also Monrepo, please?
Well, I normally would stop people after the second time, right?
Yeah, but I realized we got the answer just now, so I'm.
But I thought you were bringing a new market, so I heard of all those plus Monrepo. You promised me you were bringing another market to this market. So.
Am I gonna start with?
Honorable Minister,
I'm still market.
You've answered. I can't tell you how to answer, but you answered.
Give me figure, Sonia. Figure.
So, Mr. Speaker, I have answered. This question has been put to me 5 times, and I have answered all 5 times, and I have exhausted my answers to the question.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable members, Honorable Member Mr. Mahipal.
So beep, 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 and I move on.
Beep, beep, beep.
And I move on to the next project code. Full accountability and transparency. So project code 1902-900. Project development and assistance. I see that the sum here is $1 billion. And what we budgeted last year for was also $1 billion. And then there was a supplementary where we added 300 million. So it became $1.3 billion that was spent for project development and assistance. And what it really means, sir, is subvention we give into the 70 neighborhood democratic councils and the 10 municipalities. Last year, sir, these neighborhood democratic councils got $5 million as their subvention, which is the subvention that the coalition left. When we were in office, sir, we raised it from 2 million to 5 million. Sadly, it has not been increased as yet in this $1 trillion budget. And the township of New Amsterdam and the others got $18 million. And I'm not sure what was the sum that was disaggregated for the other township. Can the Honorable Minister say to this Honorable House, what is the figure that will now be given to the NDCs and what is the figure that will be given to the municipalities and what is the figure that will be given to Georgetown, which is normally treated separate from the 9 other municipalities?
Honorable Minister.
Well, again, you know, Mr. Speaker, with this ministry is committed to working with every local democratic organ that it has oversight over. And we want to be able, again, to create development in the communities. And so this year, we want to be able to outfit those NDCs with the amount of $29,440,000 for those, yes, the municipalities. And for the NDCs, we have varying figures. And for Georgetown, we have 49 million, 40,000.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, thank you very much. I have no problem committing a couple of minutes for the Honorable Minister, if she so agree, to tell us what are those varying figures for the respective NDCs, because I am aware that 5 million was given across the board for the since 2016 to now. And now that I'm hearing their varying figures, can the Honorable Minister tell us what are these varying figures? Which NDC is getting what?
Honorable Minister.
So it is based on, and I think Mr. Speaker, I think the honorable member has a good working knowledge of how this is worked out in terms of the NDC, and it comes with a formula that is dependent upon their submission, etc. So I think that the honorable member would appreciate that. I don't have that formula with me right now, but.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, go ahead.
So the formula is found in the Fiscal Transfers Act. No, I am right, unlike you. Sir, but the Fiscal Transfers Act creates that formula for you to distribute from the sum that you have allocated as the whole number. So if you have allocated $5 million each, the formula requires you to give the first half, and the second half is done through the calculation of knowing the amount of people in the area, the amount of rates and taxes they have collected, and so on. And that will cause you to show how you have disbursed it. So I would like to know what is the whole sum figure for each NDC. Is it still $5 million? Simply yes or no. And if it's no, what is the figure for the respective NDCs? If she prefers to lay it over, I'll accept that also, sir.
Honorable Minister.
You know, Mr. Speaker, I have to start with telling the honorable member that I believe my honorable colleague and friend, Mr. Yandar, is quite a smart, intelligent gentleman and has worked with all of the NDCs and has also worked with all of the NDCs and is committed to ensuring that the Region 3 NDCs will work with us as well. And we have figures, again, allocated to these NDCs. And I think, honorable member, in time to come, you will know how much they have.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member.
So again, I say beep, beep, beep as I move to the next project code. So I move to project code 1904300. Regional Economic Transformation, a sum there of $5 billion. And this is for the provision for community-driven entrepreneurial intervention. So may I ask the Honorable Minister to provide to this Honorable House and nation the criteria that is being used to disburse assistance in the form of handouts, if I may use that word, sir, for this SLED program.
Honorable Minister.
Grants is a better word.
So again, honorable member, through Mr. Speaker, we have had a holistic plan, and it's not just a plan that we've had in our back pockets. We've had a plan that we have executed and implemented to ensure that we empower Guyanese. And this is one of those programs that will empower small business owners. And you have a very competent committee that is set up to do an evaluation on these persons, and those persons will, and depending on that evaluation, persons will benefit.
Honorable Member, go ahead.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. Comrade Chairman, may I ask the Honorable Minister, from the year 2021 to 2023, how many, in terms of number, how many persons benefited from this small business, how many small business owners benefited from this SLED program?
Honorable Minister.
So honorable member, I do have the figure for 2023, and it's 9,514 persons. Guyanese from all across the 10 regions.
Happy to hear that they're from, thank you, Comrade Chairman, happy to hear that they're from all across Guyana. Can the Honorable Minister give us a breakdown as per region? This sum of 9,514.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable member, this government continuously has committed to ensuring that equal opportunities are given to all Guyanese, irrespective of their geographic location, irrespective of their ethnicity, irrespective of their religious background. And all programs and policies are rolled out in very much that manner. So Region 1 benefited from 405 persons in 2023. Region 2, 605, Region 3, 697, Region 4, 194. 615 in 5, 1,023, 101 in Region 7, 470. Region 8, Region 9, 1,404. So you have quite a number there, quite a number.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Sir, is the Honorable Minister prepared to lay over the same information for the other years, which he unfortunately doesn't have with her, 2021 and 2022?
Mr. Speaker, the 2023 pretty much follows the 2021 and 2022 is pretty much the same thing, and I have laid it out for the public to understand how exactly this program is run and how it's benefited from in terms of the numbers and from the regions, and I will not be laying over.
Honorable Minister, thank you. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipal.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman, and I thank the Honorable Minister for transparency and accountability for accounting to the public for the public funds. And I move, and I would say beep again and move to the other project code here, 3600-300, solid waste disposal program. And this is for the provision for solid waste management intervention. And I know that it will, perhaps I can be guided by the Honorable Minister. It is to cater for some upgrading of these landfill sites that we have, including the Hague-Borge landfill site. Can the Honorable Minister provide us with some information reference to what exactly will be happening at these landfill sites with the $1.230500 billion?
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
So some will be closed, Honorable Member, through Mr. Speaker, and some will be upgraded.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipon.
That's all. Some will be closed and some will be upgraded. Sorry, the legend of this budget tells us provision for studies and surveys. And we know what we're doing studies and surveys for. Provision for regional landfill sites and waste management equipment. Can we at least know what kind of equipment we will be purchasing? And upgrade of facilities at the Hague-Borge sanitary landfill site. Can we at least know what will the upgrading be?
Honorable Minister.
It's studies on the geotechnical and the hydrogeological surveys to be done, and also for operational and maintenance purposes. That the figure is that we have the consideration of that figure.
Honorable Member.
I don't know if my friend is burning out now, sir, because I remind her she has the entire day here with us. There is also here the equipment, the waste management equipment. What kind of equipment we're talking about? And the upgrade of the facilities at Hague-Borge landfill site. What upgrade we're talking about?
Honorable Minister.
So, as you know, again, we are committed to ensuring that these sites are fully functional and those that are not, that are closed. So we have under the waste management equipment, we will be getting 1 portable tire shredder, 2 stationary compactor bins for markets, 2 water and air quality testing equipment for landfills, skip bins and skip lift trucks, 1 truck and 25 skips, 211-liter bins.
Thank you very much, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipol.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. Comrade Chairman, I thank the Honorable Minister and the competent staff at the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, it's a good time to put the question that the sum stated for Program 134, Local Government Development Capital Expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, I know we had a late start and we have a long way to go. So let's take the suspension now, even our kids were a bit hungry, so we allow them to leave. Thank Minister and the staff of Regional Development for taking us through the start. We'll be back here in 1 hour at 12:45. And let us express our appreciation to Mr. Nankumar, GM, and his staff for getting us started today.
Over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Big mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo. Take time on